But don't try to bring your dusty ass back over here to black men and think that you can tell us who to vote for. No, we're not voting for Kamala Harris. We don't give a damn about all of these scare tactics that you use against black women.
Yeah, you want to sit up there and tell me that I'm voting against my interests because I want to vote for Trump, at least during Trump's presidency, okay? I had a nice apartment. I was on an upswing.
Barack Obama decided it was a good idea to come out of his house, save Kamala Harris's sinking ship.
Hold up, did you hear what Barack Obama said to black men? It sparked a firestorm on TikTok, and black creators are clapping back with powerful truths. Did you see what Obama said at a campaign rally in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? He practically set the internet on fire with that speech. He was dropping truth bombs left and right, and black men on TikTok were not having it. The clapbacks were epic. You do not want to miss this.
That is good for you, Pennsylvania. I don't understand that. Because there is absolutely no evidence.
Barack Obama, the former president, recently ignited a firestorm of controversy with a speech on Thursday at a local Harris campaign office in Pittsburgh. His target? Black men who were hesitating to back Vice President Harris's presidential campaign. In a moment that left everyone stunned, Obama launched into a heated tirade, questioning the motives of black men who may not fully support a woman in a position of power. He didn't mince words, declaring,
"And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that."
In an accusatory tone, he asserted, "Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president, and you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that."
Rabbit hole with you right now? Because right now...
It's a question that's out there, because it's not a guarantee that Democrats will win control of Congress.
He even went as far to imply that supporting someone with a history of denigrating black men was somehow a sign of strength. That is not acceptable, he thundered, leaving no doubt about his disapproval. The tension was thick, and you could practically feel the internet bracing itself for the fallout. And boy, did TikTok deliver. The reactions to his explosive speech were nothing short of wild. I've compiled some of the most epic responses, and look, you do not want to miss them. First up, we've got a video from this TikToker, and he is not holding back. Check out this fiery response.
Well, first and foremost, you're not going to tell me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Number one, I ain't going to vote for Kamala Harris. I think that she's going to make a bad president. She's a bad vice president. Everything she does, she tries to politicize it, and she hasn't shown the fact that she wants to put America first ever. So I'm not voting for that individual. Secondly, I think that it's really sad that you would come out against black men and actually degrade them because they're not picking the person that you want them to vote for. All right, and the last thing that I'm going to say is the moment that I became a Republican and a conservative, that is when I got the most hate from the opposite party. All right, being that I'm a conservative, being that I'm a Republican, I've always been accepted. For a little bit of time that I may have been liberal, I never heard anything from the Republicans. They never came out and called me slanderous things. They never came out and called me racist things. The only time that I ever started hearing things about my skin color and about, racism or whatever was when I became a Republican.
Boom! Did you just hear that? He laid down the law. They're not letting anyone, not even Barack Obama, dictate their choices. They're calling out the hypocrisy, the disrespect, and even the blatant attempt to control black men's votes. And that point about experiencing more hate from the opposite party after becoming a Republican, that's a powerful statement about the reality of political polarization today. This TikToker is speaking truth to power, and it's absolutely inspiring. But that's just the beginning, folks. Get ready for more epic reactions ahead. And this time, it's a woman's perspective. Listen to this.
Barack Obama decided it was a good idea to come out of his house, save Kamala Harris's sinking ship in Pittsburgh, and talk shit about Trump for a few minutes, and then gather a bunch of black men behind signage that says black male voters, and basically tell them, you better vote for Kamala Harris. The numbers are not looking good, and especially amongst the brothers. You guys supported me when I was running, and I expect you to support her. I expect you to vote for Kamala Harris. It's the audacity for me. First of all, you can't tell any black man what to do ever. That's first of all. Second of all, when is he massa? When is he gonna think that he could go in front of a bunch of black men and tell them what to do? Like, is that what we're doing right now? Like, who made him in charge of what black men do or don't do? So the small percentage of black men who were either going to vote for Kamala Harris or were leaning and undecided but leaning towards her, they're absolutely not going to vote for Kamala Harris. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to vote for Trump, but they're for sure not voting for her. So whatever their little plan was to like play in the emotions of black people or make black men feel like they can't make their own damn decisions, that backfired. It's all over the internet. Barack Obama, that was a bad move. It was a bad move. You did nothing for black men back in the day.
Wow, this TikToker just called out the whole situation for what it is, a desperate attempt to control black men's votes. She's not letting Obama get away with manipulating and disrespecting the community. And that point about him doing nothing for black people in the past, ouch, that's gotta sting. Let's keep those reactions coming, TikTok. All right, we're just getting started. Yo, listen up. This TikToker is calling out the hypocrisy and disconnect between those in power and those struggling to survive. Real talk, no filter. Come on, let's hear it.
Mr. Obama, I want to show you where I've been living for the last couple months due to the policies of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I live on the street, sir. There's my sleeping bag I'm using as a pillow. There's my bag. There's the mobile home unit, my transportation. And I'm sneaking outside my job right now so I can charge my devices here on my birthday, my 42nd birthday, so I can have some entertainment throughout the day. Yeah, you want to sit up there and tell me that I'm voting against my interests because I want to vote for Trump? At least during Trump's presidency, okay? I had a nice apartment. I was on an upswing. The economy didn't just break my goddamn back literally to the white meat while I'm sleeping outside my goddamn job. Now you want to tell us, you want to try to shame us into voting for this woman? Yeah, y'all vote for her if y'all want to, and a lot more of y'all niggas gonna end up out here just like me, sleeping outside, freaking struggling, and yet these motherfuckers still not talking about what they about to do with this economy. Y'all think I care about a president of the United States at this point? Y'all think I care about a president of the United States, especially when y'all want to get on TV and try to shame me? I will vote against her in spite, brother.
Jeremy is speaking for the voiceless. He's showing us the real-life consequences of political decisions. Now, this isn't about left or right. It's about human dignity. Up next, we've got keeping it real. They're not afraid to speak their mind and challenge the status quo. All right, listen up.
Kamala did not grow up like me. She grew up in upper middle class. Really, that don't matter. I'm voting on policies, and her policy sucks. So Obama, keep your mouth shut, okay? You're the gatekeeper. You kept the gate on a lot of black people being ignorant. Quite a few of them have awakened to the lies of the Democrat Party.
Yes, he just shut it down. They're reminding everyone that policy matters and personal experiences shape political perspectives. No empty lectures or condescending tones there. Just straight talk and a clear message. Keep your mouth shut. TikTok is not playing around. Let's see who else is ready to drop some truth. All right, this TikToker is about to drop some serious knowledge. This response is packed with facts and a whole lot of passion. Take a look.
The congregation of black men does not need your advice or your guidance on who to vote for. Especially when you showed your true character and your true colors when you were the president. When you were the president, last time I recall, you had the House, you had the Senate, and you had the executive branch for 2 years. You could have passed anything, any legislation that would have helped black men in the black community. But I wonder, what did you choose to make your main focal point? The LGBT community. And that's cool and all, that can be your prerogative. But don't try to bring your dusty ass back over here to black men and think that you can tell us who to vote for. No, we're not voting for Kamala Harris. We don't give a damn about all of these scare tactics that you use against black women.
Damn, he just took it to a whole new level. He's calling out Obama's past actions, questioning his priorities, and reminding everyone that black men, they're not going to be swayed by empty rhetoric. That comparison to his own upbringing adds another layer of complexity to the conversation. This is what it means to stand up for yourself and your community. TikTok is on fire tonight. Let's see what other gems we can uncover. Now let's hear from Chat&chai, who's been breaking down the situation with some hard-hitting analysis and cold, hard facts.
The way that he lectured them, it was super uncomfortable. It felt like lecturing and shaming, and Nina Turner makes a great point.
I mean, Chat&chai just dropped some serious knowledge bombs. He's not the only one calling out the condescending tone, but also backing it up with statistics that show a shift in black men's voting patterns. And what about that point about lack of delivery and unmet expectations? That's a powerful reminder that politicians need to earn support, not demand it. This is what insightful commentary can look like, friends. Now, TikTok is serving up some serious food for thought today, but let's keep the feast of reactions going. Let's hear from a political powerhouse, Nina Turner. She's known for speaking truth to power, and she's not holding back when it comes to this controversy. Check it out.
Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group?
Former Senator Nina Turner destroys Barack Obama for chastising black men.
Boom, did you hear that? That's Nina Turner dropping the mic. She's calling out the double standard in demanding respect for black men's autonomy. And what about that point about respecting their choices even if we don't agree with them? That's a message I think we all need to hear. Her words are carrying serious weight. But hold on a second. It wasn't just black men who felt the heat from Obama. He also took aim at Donald Trump. And let me tell you, he did not hold back.
If Donald Trump does not care that a mob might attack his own vice president, do you think he cares about you? Pennsylvania, we do not need 4 more years of that. We don't need 4 more years of arrogance and bumbling and bluster and division. America's ready to turn the page. We are ready for a better story, one that helps us work together instead of turning against each other.
Did you catch that? He's basically saying that Trump doesn't care about anyone but himself. That's a bold claim, and it definitely adds fuel to the fire. But here's the thing. Is this kind of rhetoric really helpful? Is it unifying, or are we just creating more division and animosity? It's something to think about. And there you have it, a whirlwind of reactions to Obama's controversial speech. As we approach the big day on November 5th, the question remains, are black men going to take revenge for the insult, or are they ultimately going to choose a different path? Only time is going to tell. Hey, in the meantime, stay tuned for more updates on this developing story. And let us know what you think of Obama calling out black men in the comments below.